Hi, everybody. Okay, we're not doing anything mind bending today. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna switch. Okay, we're gonna switch. We're gonna do something else. I was just gonna keep rolling on this one, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's play. Okay, so there are new tumblers up today, but I did bring down the Love Spiral and Evergreen. Now, these are just my batches. Okay, so this is the one you're going to buy, and this is the one you're going to get free today. Okay, so Love Spiral has all different pinks and clears. Let me put it out on a tray for you guys so you guys can see. Hi, so if you missed the mixing of Love Spiral, today's coupon code, one I've got running today, this coupon code will go through Friday. Okay, so you can grab this and while supplies last. Obviously, if everything sells out, it's gone. Like I only have so much of everything. Okay, so this is Love Spiral. Okay, it's gonna have that really pretty rose. It's gonna have a little pink AB. It's gonna have a clear, crystal clear, and then it's got the shape, the moon star shapes, and it's got the little accessories also with it. That's also, I used the larger ones already. So it had the butterfly in it. It's got a bunch of different little, and the bow. Where's the bow? Maybe I put the bow back in. Oh, there's a heart. There's these bigger, larger shapes in there. I had a bow. I think it's upstairs. I was planning on gluing it onto that tumbler. Oh, maybe it's in the bottom of the bow. Oh, I don't know what I did with the bow. So Love Spiral is these really pretty pinks, and it's got all the fun little accessories also in it. And then, so if you buy a Love Spiral today, if you get a Love Spiral today, you can add a evergreen to your order for free. Sorry, let me get this tapped. Okay, so Love Spiral, and then you get an evergreen for free. So Evergreen has a bunch of different greens. I should move that away so I don't get it full of stones. Okay. So Evergreen, you're going to have the darks, you're going to have the lights, you're going to have the white, you're going to have an aura green. And you're going to have green half pearls in here. So you've got a lot of options for greens in this mix. Okay, so this is the free mix. If you buy one Love Spiral, you can add one Evergreen. So for every Love Spiral that you add, so let's say you're like, oh, I love that. I have this beautiful pink hummingbird tumbler, and so you're like, that's going to use a ton of the pinks, but there's also some really pretty little greens down in there as accents. This is the perfect mix. You want to get 2 Love Spirals, then do 2 Love Spirals, and make sure to add 2 Evergreens, because when you put the Love Spiral coupon code in, as long as you have the same amount of Love Spirals and Evergreens, all the Evergreens will be free. So if you get 3 Love Spirals, get 3 Evergreens. If you get 2 Love Spirals, and if you want 10 Love Spirals, you can get 10 Evergreens. Okay, so it works for this. You can get as many of this combo as you want using that coupon code. Okay, the coupon code will work through Friday. So if you're watching this on replay, you have until the 12th of December to use at night, like 9 o'clock at night, to use that coupon code. Okay, so even if you can't shop today or whatever, you can use the coupon code until Friday. So I put Love Spiral and Evergreen at the top of today's deals, but that's not what's new today. Today is Champagne Bubbles. There is a Champagne Bubbles rhinestone glitter mix as well. Sorry, we started using Champagne Bubbles on a tumbler earlier. Okay, so we started using Champagne Bubbles on a tumbler on the last live earlier today. Where's my thing? Slowly but steadily filling up. Those are all the random ones that get missed in the bag and they land on my table. I just take them and put them into this little cup. So this is my cup of chaos. All the random colors that just end up on my desk. So that is up on the website. That is that coupon code at the bottom of your screen. We do have new glitter and rhinestones today. Yep. So then we have Champagne Bubbles. This is a very neutral mix. Let me give you guys. So you can see here, Oh, it's so pretty. This reminds me of the Royal Collection. Remember we did a Royal Collection in glitter? So you can see right here, it's got like a rosy AB. It's got that jet crystal, it's got clear, and it's got champagne. So it's a very neutral mix. This would be really good for the Highland Steampunk. It would be really good for the Steampunk Reader. It's going to be really, oh, it's a really good one for the Monarch Butterflies. Okay, because you're going to have, you can use the champagne. Oh, don't start another tumbler. So I did start, now where did I put it? I was just holding it in my hand. Oh, I did start this tumbler earlier with you guys. We used the champagne bubbles to do the ridges on these feathers. We just got this started, and then we used snowdrops for the blue. Okay, so we just kind of dabbled earlier on the live. Now I'm gonna dive in because we're gonna do some epoxy work, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew that the champagne bubbles. Sorry, my kids were using markers earlier. Christy knew that we didn't have hardly any Christmas ornaments for our tree. So she sent us a bunch of these craft your own ornaments. And so we were doing it with the kids, and Betty was making a giant mess and having the best time. So Champagne Bubbles is up on the website. We mixed this on the live earlier, so that is up and available. It's a great neutral undertone mix. And then the coupon code Love Spiral is the buy one Love Spiral, get one evergreen for free. Okay, so this is Champagne Bubbles is the one that was in the bowl. That's kind of the neutral tones, and then Love Spiral and evergreen. So buy this one, get this one free. But you've got to use the coupon code, y'all. If you don't put the coupon code, you ain't gonna get the discount. You ain't. The kids are up watching a Christmas movie. I can hear them. They're making a lot of noise up there. Hold on. Okay, so let's, before I say that, let me make sure I know where everything is. There's my chemical respirator. Gloves. Okay, let's get ready. Because there's something coming tomorrow. So we're going to get a coat of epoxy on this bad boy. Now, this was a live mix a million years ago. We just glittered this whole tumbler. So this tumbler is just glittered with a live mix. Do I know which one? I do not. But if you need a really good one that's similar to this, the Glitterati Plus Live Mix, it's a little darker, but it's got the opalescent bars and the awesomeness in it. So I don't know what Live Mix is. This is from literally like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, a gajillion years ago. But we're going to use it because something's coming tomorrow to the website, and I want to get this ready. Okay, so let's jam, jibbity jam, jam, jibbity jam. Yes, and that's is what I'm saying. Like, you know, I get it. The industry is fun and it's creative, and we get these big artistic ideas, and they're really, really fun. But sometimes just a simple, solid color tumbler with a decal on it makes such a big, beautiful impact, especially because we love our Razzle Dazzle Sparkle. So just this with someone's name on it, and then get that name in epoxied in. Ryan's name only. Oh, that would actually be that snowdrop. That's not what the plan is for this cup. It's not what the plan is. Oh, there's actually another cup. Oh, we got this one too. Okay, so this one, this is the one we started on the live. What in the hoot? That was stuck to the cup. It was like in the epoxy. Luckily, it must have landed on it after it was pretty much cured. Okay, so this one needs another coat of epoxy, and this one's. Are you going to do a pop up live mix? So when you go back to work at the warehouse, are you going to do a pop up live mix? Yes, but I will not be going back to work at the warehouse. I'm not going back for a while because there's just no funds for me to be able to fly back and forth, and because I'd rather buy more rhinestones and fun things for you guys. And so for me to fly back and forth, which I just talked to Alyssa about this today. And December is notably always a slower month for us. So there's definitely not going to be funds this month. And Ivan is actually going to pack up my entire film studio that I was leaving intact because I was like, oh, I'll go back once a month. I'm not going to be going back once a month. that is unrealistic to think that that was going to happen. But he's going to pack it all up and bring it here. This whole downstairs is going to, we're actually, my goal is to actually have the garage be my space. So it is completely separated from the house. And that's just not feasible right now because our whole house is in our garage. So yeah, I'm not going to be going back to the warehouse anytime soon. It's almost impossible for me to go back right now because Ivan's not here. He's in Texas. And I have a lot here. It's a lot. Like, I don't even know how I'm handling this as a human being. Honestly, I don't. Because I mean, I've, what do I got? 4 dogs here and I've got 4 kids here. And so my parents help an incredible amount. But there's no way my mom and dad could take all 4 dogs and all 4 kids for the extended multiple days of me going to tech, even 48 hours. It's ask. So I will not ask. I haven't asked. I won't ask. That's just too much. They already take on my kids when they can. They're taking them to Big Bear. But like, and my dogs aren't easy, y'all. My dad asks me all the time, he's like, why do you still have those dogs? I'm like, because they are the worst. They're all the worst. And I'm a dog trainer. I used to be. I don't have time for it now, but they're all the worst. But like, I love them so much. Like Turbo could literally, he couldn't just do anything he wants. He literally does whatever he wants, but I still love him. Anywho, okay. Hi guys. Okay, so let's get these guys under epoxy. So we're gonna suit up. When you're working with epoxy, so if you've missed it, we tried transitioning to Crystalac. I tried. It's I have no issues with the product other than it is for somebody who's more on top of it. I'm never on top of it. Somebody who's more on top of it that can put a new coat on every couple hours. And that way you can do like 4 coats in one day and then do 4 coats the next day and you're up to like 8 coats. So you might be able to do step number 2 on your tumbler after that. Like put your decal on and then you got to do 4 more coats and 4 more coats. For me, that is just never going to be feasible. I come down here once, sometimes twice a day. I'm going to be putting a coat on then. So for me to get 10 coats on is going to take minimum 10 days for me to even get to the point where I'm going to be able to put a decal on. And then I still got to do 10 more coats. So it is a wonderful product if this is something, especially if you cannot work with your epoxy, if your allergy is so bad that you can't even have it in the space of your skin. Like I'm allergic, but it's just if I breathe it. But if you can't even have it around you, or if you are in a home with somebody else or other people or pets, and you don't have a room that you can completely seal off from the rest of your house, you shouldn't be doing epoxy in your home. Unless you have one like a spare bathroom that nobody uses and you can go in and put a ventilation system in the window and to suck the bad air out and seal up the bottom of the door and put a good seal around the door and you can work in there. But like if you don't have that available to you, a Crystalac, this Grand Finale is a good option. We have it in our Amazon shopping store now. I used it 10 years ago. My issue was the same then. I thought that I would push past it now because this downstairs space is attached to my house. Are we coming and going into that space? No. But is it technically attached to the house? Yes. So I'm gonna take precautions. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll switch just because it's just not realistic for me. So I'm going back to epoxy. So I'm going to be wearing my nitrile gloves, my chemical respirator, and that I'm going back to epoxy because it's a much faster option. Okay, I can do epoxy tumbler in a couple days if I get a good running start time wise. Now what is this? Nope, that's that light. Okay, what is this? Unplug that. I don't know what some of these plugs are. I unplug and plug in things all day long, so I can't keep track of what is what. All right. So we have some stuff coming. And so I'm going to get these tumblers. These both need to have another coat of epoxy put on. Actually, we're going to do a little sanding. This one needs a little bit of sanding. So we're going to sand it. Now, I'm going to do it. Okay. This one just has a few little pokey pokes up there. Oh, that's what that little thing of water was for. I had the other day I was cleaning up and I found a medicine cup, one of my little cups, and it was full of water. And I was like, what is this from? Like, what is this from? And now I remember it was when I was doing sanding, wet sanding. So we're going to wet sand really quick and dry her off. So when you're sanding, if you're not going to wear a dust mask, you need to wear a dust mask. If you're sanding epoxy or you're sanding your stainless steel tumblers, at bare minimum, you want to wear a dust mask because you don't want those going up, the dust going up because it's epoxy and metal and it's just going into your system, right? We don't want that. But you can also take some drops of water onto your tumbler and just get some moisture on your tumbler. Doesn't need to be a lot, doesn't need to be a swimming pool. Okay. And then sand. Okay. That little bit of water is going to turn the sanding bits. So I'm just going to feel the tumbler. I'm just trying to knock off some of those sharper points. Okay. You can also just dip your sandpaper in. That it's going to keep that dust and turn it into almost like a paste. So really where my main issues are going to be down here along this butt and up along the top. But there is a couple little, this has those big 4-point stars on it. So they can tend to kind of be poke above the epoxy. Just the nature of those beasts. They're beautiful glitters, but holy moly, can they be a pain. Just make sure it stays damp. Once, if you even sense that it's drying out, just get a little doodle dab of water. Now, I'm not going to do this because time-wise, but what you really should do, because I'm not selling this tumbler, it's just to show you guys and have fun. What you should do with this tumbler is then wash it with a soap and water. Maybe I'll go rinse it. I'll rinse it. Actually, I have soap right by the sink, so I will. Soap and water just to get rid of it. Okay. So I just did a quick little Dawn power wash or Dawn soap right by the sink. So I just went ahead and soaked it up. We're going to dry it off. I'm going to then set it to the side, let it do a little bit of air drying before you jump into the epoxy stage on it. Okay, dry my hands, dry it really well. Okay, that gets all that dust particles off. That way there's nothing that's going to potentially cause, what's it called? Fish eyes in the tumbler. You can, I recommend actually drying tumblers with microfiber cloths, so there's less likely to have any little fibers. But the epoxy that I use is super user friendly. So we're not really going to have an issue even if there is a little fiber on this. So we're going to set that off to the side real quick. Now the next one does not need to be sanded, so we're just going to dive right in. Hi guys. Yeah, this is my work sink. So I forgot that I had put some power wash there, some Dawn soap. It doesn't have to be power wash, but if you are going to get soap, I recommend power wash so you can do the super power wash technique with your tumblers. So this, again, I also will rinse this off because otherwise that powder that's left onto the sandpaper will also dry out once that water dries, and then you've got the powder up in your space anyway. So I rinse it off, put it back in my workspace. Okay. So we're going to dive onto this one. So this is one that we did the other day. We had a light blue powder coated, this is a 30-ounce tumbler. We did a gentle sanding with 320 grit sandpaper. We used tack it over and over to put it on the tumbler, and we did the ombre of the light blue on the bottom. This is Zane, I think. I think this one's Zane. Zade. We did Zade. Sorry, there was a Z series that we did. Zade, Zion, Zane, Zade, Zion. There's another one. And so this one doesn't need sanding. This just needs another coat of epoxy. But we did the ombre from the middle, and then we put the live mix number 142 on the collar. It does not show off well on live. It's so pretty in person. This glitter does not do justice live. on camera. It's so good. It has that electric purple in it. So good. Okay. So we are going to just get this tumbler. Hi guys. So if you guys are popping in, today's new rhinestone mix is the champagne bubbles. There's a champagne bubbles glitter set as well. And then also on the website, we did a coupon code Love Spiral, and that is going to be buy a Love Spiral. Where did I put it? Buy a Love Spiral, get an evergreen for free. So if you get Love Spiral, you can get evergreen for free. These are just the colors. These aren't the portion sizes. These are just my portions. I didn't put them all in one bag, but this is a Love Spiral and an evergreen. So if you buy Love Spiral, put an evergreen in your shopping cart as well, and then use the coupon code Love Spiral, and that's going to give you 50%. Sorry, that's going to give you the evergreen for free. So I was doing the coupon code, the glitter coupon code. Okay. So you can grab your champagne bubbles, grab some new tumblers. Oh, really quick. These are the new tumbler designs that launched today. It says undiagnosed, but something ain't right. Okay. Child of God with the sunflowers and the bumblebees. That's a good one. Oh, actually, that would be a really good one for Betty's teacher as well. The Nutcracker Prince. Okay, these are all available as a sublimation print, a vinyl wrap, or a tumbler. This is going to be plaid snowflakes, or snowflake plaid snowflake, I think. And it's just very winter themed. It's not necessarily Christmassy themed. It's just a very wintry tumbler, would work all winter. Because you got the snowflakes and the plaids, so good. And then if I'm the problem, then you might be the reason. And this is kind of a Western theme, kind of more rusticy. The champagne bubbles would be really good for that one as well. All right, so let's get a round of epoxy on this guy. Oh, wait. Sorry, my mixing cups are in here. I was working in the light box. I think I should leave it there. Okay. All right. Grab this. Now, when I do this, you guys know my eyesight is bad, so I mark on the tumbler what I need. So this is going to be done in milliliters. So we're going to mark the 10 milliliter mark, and we're going to mark the 20 milliliter mark. We're going to do a total of 20 grams. Okay. I did find my stir sticks. Where did they go? Oh, this is the drag of my inconsistent life. Sorry. I was just going to write some on this live, but then I remembered what we're doing tomorrow. Okay, so I grabbed another wax pencil I got to cut. All right, got my stir stick and my epoxy cup. All right, so we're going to go for A. It doesn't really matter if you start with A or B first. I've done it either way the whole time of doing. Okay, there's A. I'm really kind of consistent with this. I've done it so many times I can almost get it right on nail on the head there. Ooh, I don't even have my glasses on. Okay. Okay. A and B. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And mix. Now, y'all know I just stir very, very quickly. It's probably about 65 degrees in here, maybe. So it's a little chilly in here, so it's going to be a little bit thicker. It was very warm here today. It might even be 70 in here because I'm not cold at all. I don't even feel chilly. 65, I'm still usually like, woo. I'm a wuss. I'll snowboard in freezing, cold, or
cold weather, but I don't want to just hang out in it. That's why I love me some California. It's been like 70, 75 degrees every day. I'm just gonna start super scooping with you guys. We have a loose plan, but it's I gonna kind of go with his flow. See how he does. He's never done this before. He's not really great at following directions. He does whatever he wants. So we'll see how that goes. He understands the concept of it. I'll probably be on the phone with him on speakerphone going, no, do this, do that. Okay. So as you see when I stir this, I am scraping quite a bit. Oh, you guys. I worked out in my light box and I literally carried everything out there. Oh, here's the best. I was say, I thought I brought another bag of baby wipes down here so I don't have to keep doing this. I was like, oh my gosh, everything's in my light box. So what do I like that? Okay. So now we've got this epoxy ready to rock and roll. Like I said, we're getting this tumbler ready so we can have fun with it tomorrow because we're going to be doing a more is more tumbler. Oops. Sorry, there's a fuzzy. Okay, we're going to put it down about 1 inch below the neck of the tumbler. This already has 1 coat of epoxy on it. It was a very thin coat. It was not an aggressive coat at all. We just wanted that epoxy so we could put that second layer of that live mix down the middle. Okay, when you're working with epoxy, you don't need to rush, y'all. There's no reason to rush. It's slow to cure. I'm not a huge fan of the fast drying. I get it. Some people swear by it and love it. It will yellow faster. The faster an epoxy yellows, the faster an epoxy cures also tells you that it will yellow faster. It is the nature of epoxy. Okay, so if it's a quick cure epoxy, it's going to turn yellow faster. So that's why I have not transitioned ever to those faster curing epoxies. We just stick with our slow to go, nice, chill epoxy. All epoxy yellows eventually, but why create the yellowing quicker just to make a level of epoxy dry faster? I do also very consistent question that happens all the time are those resin curing boxes. I do not recommend those on any level at all. There's no brand that I prefer that I like or would use. I did buy one. It's more expensive. They're $100 on average. I mean, there's different ones now, but they're about $100 on average. And people are like, oh, I use it all the time. Well, yes, but you're curing your epoxy on a temperature that the manufacturer straight up says don't do that. And the reason they say don't do that is because it creates issues and micro issues in your epoxy. And if you're doing this as a business, why wouldn't you want to give your customers the best possible quality of your work? So I will never recommend them. I don't use them. I literally paid for it, tried it, didn't like it, would never recommend it. I used a temperature thing to gauge it, see what the temperature was, and it was way too hot in there for epoxy. Now, does it work? Does the epoxy cure faster? Oh yeah, it cures faster. It's because you're heating the epoxy up past what it naturally would do. And the hotter epoxy gets, the faster it cures. That's where flash cure comes from. So you're essentially flash curing your tumbler. And flash cures are not good. So yeah, I'm not a fan. Okay. You're going to have to go to the Lily Rose website and go to the down to the bottom. Oh, I'm missing a question. Hold on, let me pop up my computer. My computer was dead here just a second ago, so I got, oh shoot, I got gloves on. All right, so this one I'm going to move out of the way. We've got this nice, it'll be nice and smooth for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna have to unplug one of these lights. It's gonna get a little darker because I gotta use my other timer. Okay, this one technically. This one should technically have two phones. Here we go. All right. My computer is still not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. The summer question: after Black Friday, you had to buy 50 and put Black Friday code and get a $50 grab bag. I got my over it, no grab bag. On yeah, Dee Dee, I can't look that up on the wet live. Yeah, just message Alyssa at customer service and she will make sure and verify that you did it within the time constraints. Because you may have missed the time constraints. But she can check into it. She will make sure. It might have just been an error. So yeah, just Alyssa will definitely get on it for you. We're just human. Mistakes happen. You just gotta let us know. Let us know. Sorry, I always make sure all epoxy is off my table. I don't want any contamination. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing. This tumbler needs a coat of epoxy, so I'm gonna mark my 10 ml spot and my 10 to 20s, my 10 and my 20. Let's go here. Okay. It's crazy that the first batch, I can get it so dead on the head. Okay, here we go. So 10 of A. And 10 mils of B. Okay, same thing. We're going to stir a lot. Here's a little epoxy. I stir very quickly. I don't worry about micro bubbles. We can torch them out if we need to. On a tumbler, we're putting the epoxy on so thin that it's not going to matter. Ivan's going to start doing super scoops tomorrow. He's definitely not going to get to all of them. So I'll have him read the list of names that he's going to do tomorrow. No, yeah, Ivan should be in tomorrow doing super scoops. He flies back in the morning and he'll be in the afternoon in the warehouse doing super scoops with you guys. Alyssa's got it set up for him to just dive in. He's got the stack of names and how many scoops for each person. We have something super cool coming tomorrow too. Sorry, Dee Dee, I want to help you, but I just can't while I'm not live. Can you order the scoops? As of right now, the answer is no. I have to kind of see his pace. you know me, I want to open it up for everybody, but I have to see his pace and be realistic about it. He has 113 scoops to do already. So I have to be very realistic about the speed that he can go. And if it was me, you know me, I'll lay up and then I'll just stay in the warehouse till 10 o'clock at night and do them. But he has another full-time job, and he's trying to finish up the ranch. He's building lean-tos for all the horses and stuff. It's been a wild ride. And the septic tank went out on one of our houses up there. So he's doing that as well. So he can't be like me and just go until 2 o'clock in the morning with you guys doing super scoops. I wouldn't do 2 o'clock in the morning. Who am I kidding? I might do like 9 p.m. That is so pretty. Glitter is the best. I tell ya. So I'm just putting it on. Never work with more epoxy than you can handle. You can see I can put on a ton, but I have done this a lot. So I'm very, very comfortable with the movement of epoxy and how much I can pour onto a tumbler. I don't recommend that much onto the tumbler at once if you're new. So I'm gonna just bring this epoxy to the top. As I'm working on this epoxy, please, please, please feel free to ask questions. If I don't see your question, the moderators will try to help you answer as well, but I do these live so that you guys feel free to ask me questions if you're struggling with something or have a question. That's what I'm here for. Okay. If you are just popping in, you see a new coupon code at the bottom of the screen. It is buy this, get that free. So it's buy a Love Spiral Rhinestone Mix and get the Evergreen Rhinestone Mix for free. Okay. Now this is just extra epoxy that was in the cup. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. This probably only needed about 15 mLs of epoxy for this coat, but I don't want to waste. So we're going to go ahead and stick it on there a little bit more on the butt. What epoxy do I use? It is called tumbler coating epoxy. I can never remember. Tumbler coating epoxy. If you want to jam onto it, we have an Amazon list. Go to the website, go to our website. And on our website, we have an A icon on the website. Click on that. It's going to take you to our Amazon store, and we have it linked for you there. I kind of hunted around. It's actually cheaper even to buy it from Amazon than it is directly from the company. I mean, it's coming from the company. They're just shipping through Amazon, so their website, but Amazon is free shipping, and their website has the shipping. Yep. So Dee Dee, if you watch my live from earlier, you're on YouTube. If you go back onto our regular YouTube channel and go to our list of live that I did this afternoon, and I actually just were rushing to get onto this live. So much time once that baby goes to bed and before I have to go back to work. So I just rushed and I didn't get that link onto this video. Yeah, so it's either on our website, you have the Amazon link, hyperlink over there, or on the video that I posted earlier. It's in the comments. I mean, it's in the description. And then you can just click on epoxy supplies. Yes, I love it. So this epoxy, y'all, we used to carry, if you don't know this, we used to carry our own brand of epoxy. We manufactured and made our own line of epoxy. We had horrible luck with it. Not the epoxy itself. We developed that epoxy. It was amazing epoxy. We just absolutely had the absolute worst time importing it. We had disaster after a disaster happen, even to the point where we got in a new shipment of like $20,000 worth of epoxy, and then the Texas freeze hit and crystallized all the epoxy. And so we lost $10,000 worth of $20,000 worth of epoxy. Then we had another order get stuck in customs, and it was stored inside of a big metal shipping container that you see on these back of semis and on trains, and in the sun. And it was in there for like a month and a half in just this boiling hot metal tube. And by the time we got it, it was all yellow. And our manufacturer said, it's not our problem. It's not our fault. And so there's no repercussion. There's nothing we can do other than say, we're not going to buy from you guys anymore. And that happened all in 1 year. One was in the winter, one was in the summer. And that was like a $40,000 hit for us. And we ultimately had to say, we're gonna stop carrying epoxy because of, we just can't, we've had so much happen. And we just can't get our head above water. And when I have a manufacturer who does me bad like that, like they weren't even willing to take a 50%. I'm like, I will meet you in the middle. You guys, or just like, I will pay for the supplies. Like I will pay to have it shipped. You guys just send me new stuff. And they were like, no, it's a big drama. There's a couple other things in there that went awry, and it wasn't their fault. Like they're like, we don't have the money to replace it. Like they're just that, you know, I don't know. If that's it was, I am paraphrasing it down. But so after that, once we decided we weren't going to carry epoxy anymore, I went on the epoxy journey. I sampled like, I would say easily 25, maybe 30 different brands of epoxy. I just ordered batches of this and that and this and that. If you look in the studio, I have bins, plastic bins full of just these like random epoxies. I tried all the big brands. I tried some of the littler brands. I stumbled upon this. Somebody else was commenting about it in I think in our group. Somebody's like, "Oh, I love this epoxy," so I ordered it, and I love it. So what my goal was with when I was going to recommend an epoxy was twofold. One, I wanted to find something reasonably priced because you can find epoxies out there that are wonderful epoxies and they're super expensive. But I'm like, that's not realistic. I can see if you're an artist and you're doing a $10,000 canvas, you want to use, but high price doesn't always mean better. So anyway, I don't know. For me, I tested them all out. I wanted usability, beginner friendly, easy use, which is kind of the same thing. Easy to use, so it's beginner friendly. Low fish eyes, consistency, texture, easeability of getting the bubbles out. Proper curing, smoothness and curing. And this one is as close to what we provided you guys. I don't take any care. Like I grab my tumblers, touch my tumblers, saw I'm like, you should use a microfiber cloth because you don't want the little fibers, because a lot of epoxies you get those little dust bunnies that are in the air and it fish eyes on them. Nope, I don't even worry. I'll touch it with bare oily hands, no problem. Easy peasy. So I ultimately was like, and the price, I think it's like $65 for this much epoxy, which is a crazy amount. Now you can see mine's yellowed, mine's old. This is an old batch that was at my parents' house from 2 years ago. My dad brought it over in a box. It was up in their storage. I had used it when I was here live 2 years ago for the summer. I was there for 6 weeks. So I just bought epoxy, had it shipped to their house, and I was working out of my mom's sewing craft room. And it just got put away. And my dad brought it out. He's like, now that you live here, take all your stuff back. And he brought it here and I was like, well, I'm going to use it. So epoxy has a shelf life. They call it shelf life or an expiration date. However, having been a manufacturer of this stuff and worked with chemists and all the process of it, it doesn't actually expire. It will always, it will just oxidize like that. Look perfect. It can't sit on a shelf in a craft store and look like that. Nobody's going to buy it. So they have an expiration date. But when you mix part A and part B, it goes clear. It goes on. This tumbler has a coat of it already on there. You can see there's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. Hard as a rock. Gorgeous. Okay. So even if you have epoxy that's older, you can still use it. Would I use it on a tumbler that I'm going to sell to somebody? Maybe not. Would I put it in like some earrings or a ring or make some keychains out of it and use it with glitter? Yes. You're not going to see, the only difference is it might have the tiniest hint of yellow to it. So anyway, I love this epoxy. That's what I've now been using for quite some time now. I'd say a couple of years. I think I've been recommending it to you guys for about a year. Oops, I feel like it was when I was pregnant. So it's got to be a couple of years now. So yeah, I really do like it. Very happy with it. That yellow? Oh, that looks pretty yellow. All right. So if you guys are just jumping in, so I just wanted to get those under epoxy so you guys will see tomorrow why. Notice they're both about the same color. Today is the champagne bubbles mix. I gotta keep my mask on, y'all, because I gotta keep my lungs protected because those are still in here. You still have 3 unopened pictures? Girl, make some chocolate drips. I'm actually jealous because the other day I wanted to use some of the quick here. Okay, this is champagne bubbles. It's got a little rose aurora borealis. It's gonna have little accessories. You can see the little moon there. It's got jet crystal, champagne, and crystal clear. So this is gonna be champagne bubbles. That is today's mix. Very neutral tones, very earthy, very natural. That's why I started this tumbler. I was like, oop, those are perfect. So we started up this tumbler. Okay, this is drops, and then this is champagne bubbles. Okay, so I love this one. You can even see I used one of the accessories right there, the little star. Got it started. Looks so good. But yeah, and I think it'll go really, really well with this tumbler. The champagne will be really pretty on here. I actually think I might pick this up because I think I can do the words child of God in the rhinestones and then maybe go through some of these little fun little accents around here and just do those little bits and then have this tumbler be easy. It'll be an easy one to finish for Betty's teacher. I was going to do this one, but a friend that I've known my whole life, she's going to be in town and she's like, I really want that tumbler. So I told her she can have this one. So I'm going to save this for her for when she comes into town. You have 2 sets open. I'll share. No, girl, don't send any. I'm fine. I don't even have a project right now that needs it, but every once in a while I think about it. Yeah. All right, but I do not know what time it is. 7:40. Not too bad. Okay, let's start. All right. Well, we're gonna play. Since I got like 15 minutes before I got a jam. I'm gonna grab this. So we're gonna do the Child of God and do it. I'm gonna start this one for Betty's teacher because I feel like this is one I could do quickly. Okay. So this is one of today's prints. You can get this as a sublimation print, a vinyl wrap, or a tumbler. When you look at it on the website, and you see the Child of God, all you need to do is click that open, and then it's going to give you a drop-down menu so that you can select whether you want it as a sublimation print, so you can press it at home, or if you want to so I'm gonna use this up. So you can get it as a sublimation print, a vinyl wrap, or a pre-sublimated tumbler. So if you don't have a way to sublimate, but you love it like this, just, oh, that's perfect. That SS10 fits in that letter just delicately and perfectly. Delight. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Nice. Keep it going. So I'm just kind of hatching out the, oh boy, 10s and the 6s. And I'm just doing a scatter method on the letter with the 10s and the 6s. Sorry, this is taking some. That's a pink one. I don't know why my eyeball think that was gold or champagne. It's not really gold. Perfect. Sorry, because this will take me a little longer because now I know this is specifically going to someone. So my brain is going to want to be a lot more careful about where I place all these stones. So funny. Because when I'm just making it for either myself or just to do it on live, I'll go a lot faster. But my brain's like, oh, this is going to be a gift. So we need to be so careful. Make it look really nice because it's not just for me. So I'm just using my wax pencil and just bloop, bloop, blooping these in here. This, now, if this was in 20s, this would be probably a little bit more difficult to navigate if this was larger stones. But these little stones make it really easy for you to do this letter quite easily. That's perfect. Absolutely dreamy. Okay, so if you guys are just popping in and you did not see the live earlier, there is a coupon, an extra coupon code at the bottom of your screen. That is for there's 2 rhinestone mixes right now. It's buy one, get one. Oh my gosh, that is going to look so good. Okay, so this is the champagne bubbles. And I'm using the champagne color out of the champagne bubbles to scatter method the letters on this Child of God tumbler. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, if I wanted to be absolutely perfect, I could do it all in SS10s and probably do the whole thing in SS10s. But you know me, I love me some mixed sizes. I like the way they look. It's more my jam. So I'm just going to go in there and just do some slight, just using my fingernail to push up against and to kind of push it a little bit more perfect. There we go. Edge it up a little bit better. So that it's crazy. This doesn't look black on camera. It's definitely, well, I guess it is kind of a hue of black. It's actually not black. That's gonna look so good. Okay, okay, real quick. This is going upstairs for midnight to work on this. You're gonna have Love Spiral is the one that you buy. It's all mix of some really pretty baby rose, clears in there, a jelly pink rose. It's kind of like a lavendery pink stone. An AB pink stone. It's an Aura AB, so it's got that backing. That would actually be really pretty on a peach as well. So if you buy a Love Spiral, you get a evergreen for free. So buy this and get this. You've got to add them both to your shopping cart, and you've got to use the Love Spiral coupon code that's at the bottom of your screen. Okay, to get the free one. You can get as many as you want. So if you guys get 10 of these Love Spirals, get 10 of these. Put them all in your shopping cart, put Love Spiral in, and it will give you all the evergreens for free. If you put in 10 of these, but only 5 of these, you're only going to get 5 of these for free. You have to buy 1 of these for every 1 of these. Okay. And then today's champagne bubbles is up on the website now, so you can grab a couple of those. I recommend them for, oh no. So funny. My little cup of random spilled, and then I picked them up and it flew off my finger and landed in today's mix. But I got it. Don't you worry. Okay, that's gonna be so pretty. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jam. Go get the rest of the kiddos in bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. We've got those 2 tumblers under epoxy. And I'm gonna it's a pretty level. I think it's just slightly off. Okay, there we go. Level up just a tiny bit. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy shopping. Love Spiral coupon code will work on all the way through Friday at like 9 o'clock at night. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.